guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. My returning subscribers, thank you very much. I really appreciate all of the likes and the comments. It really does mean a lot to me. And to new viewers, thank you for clicking, and I'm glad that you found me here on YouTube. I do hope that you enjoy the reading today and that the messages will resonate with you. Just keep in mind that these are general readings, so messages may or may not resonate with you. Be sure to check out, in addition to your sun sign, whatever your sun sign might be, also listen to the readings for your moon sign and your rising sign, because sometimes, if one doesn't really resonate, if you listen to all three of them, you will probably get a very good, or a more balanced sort of overview of what is going on or the energy surrounding you during that period. So today's reading, it is a mid-monthly reading for the last 2 weeks of December. So we're looking at the energy surrounding us from December 15th through the end of the month. And for the last 2 weeks, what I'm doing is I'm dividing the reading. So half of the reading is focused on career, finance, jobs, that type of mess, looking at those type of messages coming through. And for that portion of the reading, I will be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and that's by Colette Baron-Reid. And I'm also using some additional Oracle cards this time because I recently acquired a few decks, and so I would like to include them, and I'll probably be using them more in upcoming readings. So I'll be using one card from the Sacred Traveler Oracle card deck, as well as from the Life Purpose Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. Okay, and then for the love and relationship and romance portion of the reading, I'll be using the Good Tarot deck by Colette Baron-Reid. And I will be pulling two additional cards, one from the Whispers of Love Oracle card deck, and one card from the Romance Angels deck by Doreen Virtue. So more cards this time. The reading might run a little bit longer, but it's, as it's the last mid-monthly reading for this year, I decided to sort of include a few more cards. If you would like a personal reading, focusing on you, what is going on in your life right now, and it's a good time to do that sort of at the end of the year, beginning of a new year. It's a good time to kind of take a look at what the energies are surrounding you, whether it's in the area of career and finance or love and romance. That would be with a private reading. So if you're interested in that, you can check out my site. There you will find pricing as well as information about the types of readings that I offer. And the site is changingphasestarot.weebly.com. Or you can email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. And another thing you might consider, it is the holiday season, whatever that means to you and however you celebrate it. Some people like receiving tarot card readings, right, as a gift. It's something that a lot of people wouldn't necessarily pay to have for them, for themselves. So getting it as a gift, it's a nice surprise. So if you're interested in that, you can also email me and and pay for a reading for somebody else and gift that to them, right, as a holiday gift. So just to keep in mind. But I won't take up any more time talking. I will go ahead and stop this introduction so I can get into the readings for all of the signs. Okay, so thanks again for joining me, and see you in 1 minute for the reading. Hi Sagittarius, I hope you're doing well and are having a wonderful month of December. I'm here to do your mid-monthly reading, focusing on the energy surrounding you from the middle of the month of December through the end of the year now, right? The end of December, end of 2017. And we're focusing on your career and finance and love and relationships. So we'll begin. I'm trying to save a little time by laying the cards out because the first first few readings that I did, I ran way over time. So I've decided to, do all the card shuffling, laying out the cards before I start the video. So that's why you see all the cards already here on the table. I'm trying to save some time. So beginning with the career and finance portion of your reading, we have, and I'll show you the cards and then go through the messages here. The first card, this card was at the bottom of the deck. This will be the overall energy for the 2-week period. And you have the Messenger of Water. This is a beautiful card. Let me hold it up so you can see her. Okay, followed by, let me move this over 1 second. The Nine of Fire. So the Nine of Fire, this will be the Nine of Wands in the traditional tarot deck. And this is the energy as you enter into these final 2 weeks of the month. That is followed by Major Arcana, the Chariot. This is number 7 of Major Arcana, the Chariot. And the outbound energy, so the energy that you will be leaving December, the month of December, and entering into the new year with, is another messenger, the Messenger of Fire. Okay, this will be the Messenger of Wands, or the Page of Wands in the traditional tarot deck. Okay, so let me go through these messages, and then I will talk about the 2 oracle cards that we have over here. So beginning with the Messenger of Water. So water energy, this is, usually cups, it's cups, right? Cups would be in the traditional tarot deck, but it's the suit of water. So it has to do with our emotions. It has to do with our feelings, our relationships, and how our feelings influence our behavior, influence our relationships. It's also about our intuition, but it's really, it's what brings joy to us as well, right? If we're thinking about career, finance, the job that we do, it's really what brings happiness to us. And the messengers are, or the pages, they are the people who bring in news of something, bring in messages of something new. And when the court cards appear in a reading, right, the page is a court card, it can be either a person, it might be significant during this time period, or a situation or event that we're dealing with, or just the energy that we are taking on, right? So we would be taking on the energy of this page of water, or messenger of water. If it is a person, this would typically be a younger water sign individual. It could be, right, that this would be either a Cancer or a Pisces or Scorpio, generally a younger person, sort of early 20s is what you would think of, late teens, early 20s. It's young energy, immature energy, right? Not gender specific here, so it could be either male or female. So this could be somebody that you're dealing with during this these 2 weeks. And usually this person would be bringing you some type of news, okay? If this were the relationship part of the reading, we usually think of, the page, the pages would bring in news of something, or it's the beginning of something, right? The beginning of a relationship, or news of a new birth or a pregnancy, right? News of an engagement, news of a marriage, right? It's that type of new thing coming in. But with this being career and finance focused here, we could say that this is you might be receiving news during the next 2 weeks that brings you great happiness, great amount of joy. This could be a water sign individual being significant and bringing in some type of news to you over the next 2 weeks. It's going to bring you, a lot of joy and happiness. So that if this is about a new project or a new career endeavor, or if this is news of something to do with finances, if things have been quite difficult for you and all of a sudden, things kind of take a turn for the better, then this is, news of that coming in. And it seems as if as you begin this 2-week period, you're feeling as if you have been carrying, quite a heavy burden here, right? The Nine of Fire, this is the Nine of Wands. And typically in the traditional tarot deck, we see the man, and he is, he's carrying the nine wands on his back, and he's a very heavy weight, right? It's a great burden, and it's kind of like there's one more thing that he has to get through. Like, he's managed to carry those along for quite a while, but there's still something he has to, do or get through, some last kind of obstacle to come along before he's able to move on or enter into whatever this might be coming in. It's a card that has to do, if we think of the fire suit, obviously Sagittarius is a fire sign. This is, it's your suit. It's all about creativity, right? It's the suit of creativity and transformation. It's the suit of turning our intentions into action, right? Acting on our plans, on our intentions. It's about our passions, our ambitions. It's about the day-to-day work that we do, right? So our jobs. And it's the the passion and the drive that we have to complete those things, to do our jobs that we do every day, With this 9, there's some type of uncertainty surrounding this card. There's something that makes me think of that song, I get down, but I get up again. I don't remember who sang that, and I can't sing, but it's, it's sort of you've been able to get through so many things and you've persevered, but at the same time, it's like you're a little bit cautious, you're a little bit defensive, you're kind of waiting, you're weighing things up, you're proceeding, but it's with caution, and you don't want to get caught off guard. You're planning your next course of action. You're planning what you need to do, but you're doing so very cautiously, right? Very, you're a little bit worried. You're sort of reevaluating circumstances. Really, trying to trust in your intuition, trust in your inner wisdom to illuminate the situation. And you see on this card, we have these beautiful stars here. So you're trying to illuminate the situation. You're trying to figure something out here. You're feeling a little defensive, right? You feel as though there's something that you need, you're not that sure of. You're still there and you're fighting and you're still very passionate and trying to move through it. And I see that, you will succeed. Whatever this is that you're feeling a little cautious about or nervous about, the Chariot comes in to say, this is a big positive yes card for you, right? The Chariot is a card of success, and it's a card of you being in complete control. You see that the woman on the card, she is dominating, she's controlling here. We have the two horses, the light and the dark, the yin and yang, and she's very in control of everything. Look at her face, she's just staring head on, facing everything, facing whatever is coming at her, and she is in control. She knows where she's heading. She's very sure of herself here. So whatever doubt, you might have been feeling as you move through the next 2 weeks, that's going to subside, and you're going to feel very confident about the path that you're taking. Now, the outbound energy, it's another messenger card. So more news coming in, possibly, this time with a fire sign. So you could be dealing with, again, either a water sign or a fire sign like yourself, Sagittarius. If you are, then this would be either, another Sagittarius. This could be a Leo or possibly an Aries. It could be. It would be a younger individual again. But I feel it's more like news that you're dealing with, sort of the situation, the event, right? And this could be news of something, new to do with your career. Maybe you have been feeling a little cautious here, not knowing, which path you should go down, but then you really take control, more towards the end of the month. And as you leave the month, there might be some news coming in to do with this new job, right? There's news on the horizon here with this Page of Fire. And again, the page, she would be bringing in some type of message. So this could be you exchanging, messages that have to do with job, right, or a new creative project or career. He's somebody who, the messenger of fire is somebody who's very creative, somebody who typically thinks outside of the box. So this might be, a new creative project or career that you might not have considered in the past. And maybe this is why you were feeling a little cautious or, on the defensive here, because it could be something not that traditional, right? This new career or new project that you're beginning, that you receive news about and are interested in beginning. So this is very young energy, very unharnessed energy, but it's very powerful, very fiery, right? Lots of enthusiasm. So I do see you very, feeling very happy, whatever the news is that you receive over the next 2 weeks. It brings in great happiness. And it could be something a little different than maybe what you would be expecting or what you are used to doing. So this could be a complete change of career. And maybe you were feeling a little, uncertain about that, but here you really take control and, and you have the green light to go here with the Chariot card. And this is a great card of movement. So this is you moving ahead here. You could be moving, to a new job, moving to a new place. It's a card of movement. But I see it more of you moving out of this one situation into another with whatever this news is, right? And you doing so in a very independent, a very headstrong, a very very excited way. That you're very, very excited about whatever this new thing is. And I think with the 2 oracle cards that came out that accompany the reading, so the Taking Shelter card, and I will read you from the 2 decks for these cards. Usually for the oracle cards, I like to read the whole description of the card. So the Taking Shelter says, the answers are within. So this is interesting because I did see that you here kind of weighing things up, being of 2 minds, trying to figure out, being a little defensive, being a little unsure. It tells you here that the answer is within. And look, this is perfect for this time of year. We see the snow is covering everything. There's the little house and there's a light coming from within the home. And, there's this traveler here, and the traveler is carrying this lamp, right? Where the answers are actually within, and that's, with the Chariot card in the middle of the spread here. I mean, it shows that you know what the answer is. Even if you're feeling a little bit unsure, which is going to be the best option for you. You don't need to feel defensive. And then you have another, just that option. You have another card that deals with choice here. It's the options card, right? And she is actually weighing things up. Look, she has the scale. She's weighing things up. And it says, consider the career possibilities that are open to you. So let me read you from the guidebook. First, for the Sacred Traveler card, the Taking Shelter. And it says, retreat, replenish your inner resources, incubate your ideas for the future, renew your energy, do whatever you need to do to take care of for yourself. Mend physical objects in your home, organize your possessions, and heal relationships. Protect yourself from less than positive outside forces. Clutter clear, but at the same time, gather your resources around you. You are preparing for a kind of springtime energy in your life. But take care of the details and create a foundation now before this spurt of energy, otherwise it can seem overwhelming. And with the Chariot card and the Messenger of Fire, it does kind of feel like it's this, this spurt of energy, this overwhelming kind of, it's very exciting. The energy that's coming off of the cards is that. And it says, the Sacred Traveler wants you to know, when winter comes or a storm threatens, the traveler takes shelter. It's a time of incubation, retreat, and gathering of inner resources. It's time to plan and prepare for the future and for springtime, new beginnings, and for a new cycle. The traveler knows the importance of rest and recuperation. Take care of your body and your health. Watch your dreams for insights about the future. Repair whatever needs to be repaired in your life. Okay, and the options card, that one says, you have more options than you may realize, which is why this card comes to you today. While you may feel limited in your career choices, the angels remind you that the possibilities are unlimited. They promise that the time, money, knowledge, opportunities, and other factors that you need are very much open to you. This card is a sign urging you to think outside the box, which is exactly what I said about this figure, right? Thinking outside of the box. And be open-minded with respect to your options. For example, can you return to school and learn new skills related to your dream career? Can you begin a self-employment venture or on a part-time basis while your regular job pays the bills? Or could you find a mentor to train you while you work as an intern or volunteer? The range of possibilities is wide and varied, if you will just be open to them. Take a moment right now and say to your angels, please give me clear signs and guidance about my options related to my divine life mission and a career that makes my heart sing with joy. And notice intuitive feelings and ideas, as well as repetitive physical signs, which are messages from above. So these couldn't tie in more wonderfully with the reading. So, yeah, it seems as if you have these things coming in, and lots of options, right? New things, changing up possibly careers. But it's very positive. I mean, a great, with the Chariot and this news coming in, looks like you're going to have a very exciting end of the month here, Sagittarius. Okay, let's move on to the love and relationships portion of the reading. So, beginning with the overall energy for the 2-week period, the card from the bottom of the deck is the number 9, Treasure Island. Okay. And then we have, as the first card, so the energy entering into the last 2 weeks, card number 33, Chaos and Conflict, followed by card number 44, Thinker, and the last card, so the card as we leave the month of December, we have Go the Distance. This is card number 47. Okay, and then I will get to the, actually let me just turn this camera a little bit so you can see the other cards. I'll get to the oracle cards in 1 second, but let's begin with card number 9 over here. So the overall energy for the last 2 weeks of the month. Now, Treasure Island, this is a card that really has to do with manifestation, positive thinking, and the law of attraction, right? If we have to sum it up, that's kind of the main meanings of the card. So it's all about, just like we see here with the sea turtle, right? Swimming along with this beautiful treasure chest on its back, very unexpectedly, right? This is a card that kind of speaks of abundance, whatever, obviously we're dealing with love and relationships here, but abundance coming in kind of out of nowhere, right? Good fortune coming in, seemingly out of nowhere. It's really more about the manifesting and setting your intentions, which is very relevant because we have the new moon happening right now, which is a wonderful time to set your intentions, right? Really be clear to the universe about what it is that you need, right? What it is that you want. If this is a relationship, be very clear with you about what it is, what type of relationship you want. Who is that person that you want to attract into your life if you're not currently in a relationship? Don't just say, oh, I really want a relationship, because you might attract that relationship, but you didn't specify, what type of relationship would you like? You might attract one that's not so great. Really be specific with when you set your intentions. I would like a relationship with, and then list the qualities that you would like in your partner. with a caring person who enjoys reading, who loves to, go hiking, who loves the outdoors, who loves cooking, who loves, who will treat me like this, and this. Set your intentions, right? Be very specific, and then see, what comes in with that. When you do put these thoughts out into the universe, the universe will do its part, right? And that's all about that's what the law of attraction is, right? Bringing your dreams into fruition. Now, if you're in a relationship, this could be you, really feeling very happy with the relationship at this time, seeing, that the relationship is it's full of love, right? It's sort of overflowing in many great things, many wonderful things. There are certain things about your partner that you may be uncovering still, right? Just like sort of that hidden treasure, the hidden gem, you're uncovering it, unearthing it. It could be you going through this, sort of rebirth or romance, blooming romance, love is in the air, that type of thing. If you're not currently in a relationship, then this is, again, it's the manifestation card. It's the time for you to focus on what it is that you would like in a relationship, and set your intentions, put your thoughts out there into the universe, right? And then wait and be pleasantly surprised by what appears unexpectedly, right? Because obviously things happen on divine timing, not on our timing. So if we go through the cards that you have here for the love and relationships, you begin with not such a wonderful card. But as we move through them, you'll see that, by the end of December, it seems that things are really picking up and, looking a lot better and more positive with regards to your relationship. So the Chaos and Conflict card, card number 33, this has to do with, like you would expect, right? It looks as if everything is kind of falling apart here. If I hold this up again, we have this zebra who looks as if it's just literally falling to pieces, falling apart. But it's more about, the looking at positive of this, and how usually, there is sort of this chaos before things can actually calm down and everything fall into place. It also has to do with opposing forces. It's a card that speaks of, in a relationship, those opposing forces. It obviously doesn't benefit a relationship, right? If you're constantly at odds with the other person and constantly, at a sort of in a state of conflict with them, then it's very hard for the relationship to progress and flow and have all of the abundance and love and understanding that you desire, right? So this could be just you needing to kind of look at, reevaluate your the situation. And if you're single, this could be reevaluating possibly past relationships, sort of thinking about where you are now, what type of person would you like to bring into your life. And if you're in a relationship, this could be you, looking at really what is important to you, how you're able to relay that to the other person, what things are really, sort of non-negotiable, those important things that for you in a relationship, you have to have, or you truly believe in, that there can be no negotiating with that, And for those sort of things, then yes, stand up for them. But then think about, are there other things that maybe you end up having silly arguments about, petty arguments, is that really necessary? So weigh things up, see what are you willing to give up, or let go of, don't argue about, don't, release this conflict, and what other things are really important for you, so this is more about balance and, learning to set limits and learning to adjust and find that balance with another person. And obviously we're talking about, relationships. Typically in these readings, they tend to come across as more romantic in nature. Don't necessarily have to be, right? These could just be any type of relationships. Could be a friendship, a partnership, but we'll see as we move through what other messages come through. So with the next card, this thinker card, again, there's this, this sort of the card is stressing this need for you to really focus on yourself, but really also relationship and your relationships, and looking at things from a more strategical standpoint, right? Being more analytical, being more logical, being like reasoning more, right? Again, this need to reason, need to understand the other person. At the same time, it's important to understand that when it comes to relationships, particularly, romantic ones, love is not a logical thing, right? So it's very difficult to view love in a logical manner, right? When for example, you're choosing a partner or getting into a new relationship, um, it's very hard to be logical when you do that, right? That usually love is not a logical thing, and things kind of happen because that's what your heart tells you to do, right? But whatever it is, it is really, it's asking you to sort of reflect, and also, weigh up the pros and cons. And I'm going back to this chaos and conflict card here, sort of think about things, weigh up what you would be willing to let go of, and what you really want to hold close, right? Hold dear to you as you move through this, the next 2 weeks. And then the go the distance card. This is a card that, this would be leaving this month and even entering into 2018. This is a card that speaks, like you would imagine, it speaks of endurance, right? To go the distance, to go the long haul. It's a card of strength, right? Inner strength, emotional strength, mental strength. And in order for you to really, going back to the Treasure Island card and the manifesting, in order for you to bring those things into your life, those dreams, right? In order to manifest them into reality, that doesn't happen overnight, right? It takes time. So, and sometimes things aren't that smooth. Sometimes it can be a little rocky, right? That's okay, because, if you think of life itself, life is more like a marathon, right? It's certainly not a 100-meter sprint, right? You don't get through it quickly. I mean, there are a lot of obstacles, there are a lot of things you have to go through, a lot of situations, a lot of learning. So, thinking about how this would relate to a relationship, you could either, be in a relationship that will go the distance, that has the staying power, that will sort of stand the test of time, or you're calling in this type of relationship, right? And I get both messages coming through here. This could be for coupled people, or it could just be for, people looking to get into a relationship. Well, whichever one it is, I really feel it's mixed here. It's half and half. It's all about, whatever this relationship is, it's going to be more harmonious because you've done the due diligence here, right? Excuse me, you've done what you needed to do. You've worked through the chaos and conflict. You've made the changes. You've adjusted, right? You've um, come to a better understanding of yourself and of the other person in the relationship. You've really contemplated on what it is that's important to you, right? On what will bring you that emotional fulfillment and abundance. And so, whether you're with this person or calling in this person, it's going to be a strong, solid relationship that is really going to sort of last last for all time, right? It's going to go the distance. And the two cards that you have that came out on the Love and Relationships cards, you have the past life relationship, you have known each other before, and you have the romance card. And that card is from the Whispers of Love deck. So I'll read you the description for that one first. And it says, lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. Quality time is what is needed now, whether you're in a relationship or in between relationships. Do something special that brings romance back into your life. If you're a single, it is important that you do something for you. And the other card is about past life relationship. And it said, the romance angel sent you this card to explain the relationship you've inquired about. You have some unfinished business in conjunction with a soulmate from a past lifetime. This may involve forgiving someone, a joint project, or learning personal lessons such as patience. Soulmates recognize each other instantly, and this feeling is often registered as a sense of romantic or sexual chemistry. The magnetism that draws two people together can surpass logic, because the purpose of the relationship is healing and learning. Whether or not your soulmate becomes your life partner, you'll experience personal and spiritual lessons and growth as a result. Past life regressions can also help you uncover the answers you seek. And that's interesting that it said here in, about this card that it talking about the magnetism and how it can surpass logic. That's exactly what we were looking at here, right? How love is not a logical thing. So it seems, and other signs have been getting this, the past love, the soulmate card, that has been showing up for a number of the signs. So I don't know if there are some, important spiritual lessons to be learned going on right now. But soulmate card, when we think about soulmates, a lot of people have this very, sort of pie in the sky, very romantic notion about what a soulmate is. And yes, sometimes that soulmate connection can be, exactly what you would think, right? A very loving, a very passionate, a very, that destined kind of relationship, that connection with another person. It doesn't always have to be like that, and it's not always like that. Sometimes this person, you have a soul contract with the person from a previous life, and you have to meet up again in this incarnation to, to teach each other a lesson, right? To either you need to learn something from that person or you need to teach something to that person. And sometimes these lessons are not easy, right? Many times they're difficult. They really, they change us. We can go through whatever it is, and then that person might disappear from our lives. They might go away, and we've learned our lesson, and we move on, and next lesson. So it can be different things for different people, but it does seem as if there's something that, you need to do some soul searching here before you enter into, if this is a new relationship, before you enter into it, and really set your intentions. Maybe this is more from the past, that you have had some rocky relationships here. Maybe things have not been that easy, and you needed to, spend some time alone and really reflect on what it is that you want for yourself as you move forward. But it's set your intention and then manifest. Focus on that, and there is a great possibility that what ends up manifesting, what you call in, is someone or this relationship that has this past life tie. So interesting end of the year for you, I think, Sagittarius. So I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. Please remember to check out, I'm a little late in posting the 2018 overviews. I'm sorry, it's been a very hectic last week or so, but they will be coming, I promise, and that will give you, the month-by-month overview for 2018. And just, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, and I look forward to reading for you again next month for our January reading. And just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light. Bye.